advise that a 4-minute time period is still in effect, and we will be timing in the warning and what we know.
Well, I don't wanna like butt into somebody, but I try and do it in about 3 minutes, but give or take things that way.
Okay,
Now,
public
we'll
comments.
go approach the podium.
Comes up to the podium, name and address, and then speak. Those comments, we will.
I'll go. So you go?
Just being cautious down here. Jennifer Torsch, 9174 Humphrey Lane. I oppose the request by West Broad Industries to rezone a sensitive area of Lakeview to a C2 designation for the following reasons. One, the area being proposed is of critical importance to the environmental health and preservation of this sensitive habitat. In addition, increased activity in this area by marina traffic will disrupt the precious ecology of this land. Two, it is also crucial to remove areas which surround sensitive habitats that are not designated, but they surround the sensitive habitats from causing irreparable damage. Activities which would negatively impact this sensitive area include development, such as buildings, grading, parking lots, runoff from nearby areas, and improper use. Three, the site is included in the Pickerel Lake FEN, in the Seward Pack and Waller County Natural Areas Plans, and designated as a natural area of statewide importance. Rezoning this sensitive habitat would have long-lasting consequences for Lake Beulah and the state of Wisconsin. Thank you.
Could you spell your last name for me, please?
Torch, T-H-O-R-S-C-H.
Thank you.
Okay, public comments, John?
I'll let Chairman go.
Hi, Pat Bergen, 1950 Pastime Lane. I'm here as chair of the Lakeview Management District. I submitted a letter earlier today, and I apologize for the tardiness in the letter. I thought this would be done for next month. So, I think you'll find the letter pretty quick. I'll make 4 points. As Dr. Torch just discussed, this is a very sensitive area of the lake that's basically undisputed by the applicant. I think more to the point, this probably fits exactly the definition of C4 property. I've laid out in my letter the definition of C4 in the zoning ordinance, and it doesn't fit the definition of C2 property, nor has the applicant identified any rationale as to how it would fit within C2 property. That is, how it would serve to protect, preserve, protect, enhance, or restore that property. Fourth, the zoning code lays out specific tests, and West Broad hasn't met its burden under that test to rezone. As you've identified, both Mr. Nada has testified, and Dr. Torres have testified that further development of the area is going to reduce the ability of the area to filter sediments flowing in from Pickerel Lake. Development will cause shoreline erosion, and the proposed rezone would have an adverse impact on fish and other wildlife habitat. I think at our last meeting, Mr. Strauss presented a picture and made the claim that his ability to have boats, 10 boats on the property was grandfathered. And I think that's, even if that photo is actually authentic, that's not a correct statement of the law. So Mr. Strauss has got to be referring to Wisconsin statute section 3012, which states that a pier that is placed on the bed of a navigable waterway before April 17, 2012 is exempt from permit requirements. The law grandfathers piers. It doesn't have anything whatsoever to do with boats. Finally, you know, I was really impressed by the planning commission. I thought they gave Mr. Strauss and the public an ample amount of time. And I really liked what the chairman, Joel Cook, from the contradicted the serious environmental concerns set forth by the letters opposed to the request or public comments of residents and experts. Well, while the public comments and letters in favor of the request document applicants longstanding in the town of East Troy, as a resident and business owner, it should not in any way explain the need to conserve C4 property, as we are the custodians to do so. It would be irresponsible for us to lessen the conservation of the area for the following reasons. We denied this in 2013, and I don't see any reason not to deny it now. On behalf of the management district, I would ask you to deny the petition.
I'm Tom Damon Bogart, I'm the president of the Lakeview Protective and Improvement Association, W2035 Beulah Heights Road, and a member of Camp Charles Adams. So I agree with everything that's been said thus far. One point that I think is extremely crucial is in my conversations with the DNR, there has never been a case where land has been rezoned from a sensitive area to something other than that. This would be setting precedents statewide for the first time doing such. And I think that alone speaks volumes in addition to everything else that's been said thus far.
Okay, United.
Okay, I would like to give a compliment to the town's police department. I think they're doing an exceptional job, and I would ask the board if they could consider putting some more money in their budget so that the money that we lost from the DNR grant money, they used to get the funding to control the lake, is reestablished. And I would ask that we are taking into consideration, maybe we could have our town officers who do an exemplary job, maybe we could have them do the boats like it was under Police Chief Sturgis. We didn't have pockets or holes in coverage, and the cops that patrol our streets, know the people in the area, I think that would be a win for the community. I'd like to go over a few things regarding the rezone conditional use. We're not asking to take anything out of C4. Whatever's in C4 based off of wetland delineation, that's gonna stay C4. You don't wanna disrupt C4. Basically, we're gonna take from the wetland delineation line north, which is our improvement to the upland, was wetland delineated twice, and that's the area that's gonna be rezoned. I gave 6 examples of lots in the town of East Troy that have less than 5 acres that are currently zoned C2. Some as small of 0.31 to 7 acres, which is less than the size of my property. Currently, the yacht club's got 3 different zone classifications on it. It's got B3, it's got wetlands, and it's got park district. So there is split zoning available in town of East Troy, and that would be something we should probably want to consider. All right, touching base on the DNR and what you had as far as piers, wharfs, boat slips, moorings on your property in 2011 are all grandfathered. Now, I brought this up already, but this is right off of the DNR's website, and it states right on the DNR's website, piers placed before April 17, 2012 are able to keep existing boat slip usage. So your piers and your boat slips that you've had there are grandfathered in, so I hope we can get that on the record. How much? Okay, thank you. I'd like to give a number out. The number's 24-62-84. 24-6284. Okay, what activities that occurred at the last town board meeting during public comments was very inappropriate. I'm not going to rehash it. You can watch the video
in regards to a board member recusing themselves on a vote. Currently, the Walworth County Sheriff's Department started an investigation against Chairman Joe Kwiatkowski and has since been escalated to the Walworth County District Attorney's Office. The complaint number is the one I gave you earlier, 246284. If anyone should recuse themselves from a vote on anything that involves Carla Georgie or myself, it should be Chairman Kwiatkowski.
Well, first of all, there's no complaint,
Yes,
we're talking about, or fiction.
You don't have to respond to me, just look it up. And there are pictures here, if anyone wants to see, I have pictures.
Public comments. Carla, one before you go us, walk through the audience.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Always respectful. I just want to, again, reiterate, we have all these experts coming up and discussing how sensitive an area that is around Fred's Tap. We've been there for 20 years. The 10 boats have been there for at least 17 years, at least. They keep telling on what destruction there's gonna be. I'd like to see some documentation on what has occurred in the past 20 years that those boats have been in that area. I want to see if there was any damage done. All they keep doing is speculating about how there's going to be damage. We are not increasing anything, we're not building anything, we're simply asking to either have 10 personal boats there or 8 business boats and 2 personal with parking. So there's not going to be this huge growth going on there. Yes, I do have a complaint, and I don't know why Chairman Kwiatkowski does not realize that there's a complaint, because I'm sure the Walworth County Sheriffs had called you when it initially happened. So there is a documentation of the court case, and again, I'm asking you, I can't see how you can't be prejudiced with what occurred in January between you and I. So I am asking you to recuse yourself, and that's it, thank you.
Public comments.
John Becker, W1958, Castine Lane, East Road. We're talking about the rezone from C4 to C2, that's a request, all the property. Beyond that, there are some activities that have taken place that I think everyone should be aware of. That is, in 2012, the people there, only the owners of the property, decided for operating the marina by the county. John then appealed this situation, and I believe it was 2014. There was a court hearing, and the court decided that indeed the appeal would not go through, and that the fine would stay. In other words, the county said no marina, that location. That holds today, no marina. In addition to that, John carved out an area adjacent to Stringers Bridge Road and decided for that. Ended up negotiating with the county and the town to mediate that. And what the county said, you could leave it, but you're only allowed 1 personal vehicle in that whole section. That holds true today. One. So I think that's the background, which is very important. Both those things are very important, and they negate the movement from C4 to C2. Of course, we've heard it's a sensitive area, and John mentioned that it's a sensitive area, but he only takes a small portion of it. Well, when you're in a sensitive area, you're responsible for the whole area. In other words, everyone is responsible for that sensitive area. If you left some people out, it would be a mess. And the fact that it's less than 1%, I'm not sure how that's measured, C2 does require 5 acres. It's in the county code. There have been some exceptions, but they've been very rare, and they're usually because the situation wouldn't allow anything else. But if you have something else, and this would be C4, would not be a problem. This has come before the planning commission now, 4 separate meetings. Quite frankly, people are getting tired of coming every time with new information that I think, as Joe Cook said, it's not relevant. And I think it's important to recognize that people want the best for the community and keep on coming to these meetings, but they're wearing down because it happens so often. 4 times the planning commission has met and keep on turning it down, with saying that the information that they received is not relevant. Thank you.
For comments? One. 8634,
I'd like town to look into Lower County zoning and enforcement of the zoning code. At planning commission meeting, Joe mentioned that Darren said there was a mistake that should have been zone 2, not 4.
He never said that, I never said that. I said that he said it's not zoned correctly, it was a
It's
master.
not zoned correctly.
Yeah, Darren would never say what it should be designated, he'd say it could be a possibility for.
So should be the comments.
Here is the
Barney's got the floor.
Here is the problem. It's been C4 for the last 20 years. What's been going on there should have been cited by county zoning. Parking of buses, trucks, cars, boats, construction equipment, bobcats, cherry pickers, barges pulled up on the shore. County, why didn't they cite for this stuff? C4. Have the town board look into why there was no enforcement for the last 20 years? Instead of just changing it to C2? I mean, this is ridiculous that nobody wants to enforce the rules and regulations for county. I was a county zoning inspector from about middle 80s, 70s to 80s. My job was to enforce the laws. If there was a violation, write it up. Why has nothing been written up? I've complained to the county many times. Darren's got my phone calls, they're all on the record there. How many on this stuff? I've sat down and talked to him about it. I even called him and asked for inspection on it. And he said he can't do it, so they would have somebody do an inspection. He said, well, what would you like? And I says, I gave him the times approximately on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. He got back to me and says, there was nobody there. There was nothing going on. No boats were out. No people were there. All 4 times. How? The only person that knew about it was me and Derek. I didn't tell so. I'd like to Tom to look into the county zoning commission there. Thank you.
I have a minute left, correct? I don't, I was out of time.
Well, I didn't keep track of it because we had talked about
One and done. Really quick,
We have 4 minutes.
really
1
quick,
minute.
a minute. Mr. Vaughn is incorrect. We can have personal property on that property. Just because it's zone C4 doesn't mean you can't use your property. So everything, if all that was there, which it isn't because it's very sporadic, is personal property. So that's why, Mr. Vaughn, you did not get any tickets, all right? And the county has been doing their due diligence with that property. So your drone and all your pictures that you keep continually taking over Fred's tap, I hope you stop because we are not doing anything illegal there.
Thank you. All right. I think we had enough, back and forth here. Any other comments?